goblins and ghouls and otherwise grotesque creatures of the night. Welcome to Held Captive Media's Halloween month. Ooh, spoopy. Yeah.
Whoa.
Here with us is my boy Zane. He apparently streams. And my lovely Franny. Welcome back. It's been a minute since the people have seen you, I think.
Yeah.
I thought that just some random stranger just broke into our studio. Yeah, it's been so long.
I only come out for Halloween.
She was already sitting there, and Zane's like, should we, like, ask her to leave? And I'm like, no, just do it around her. It's fine.
I should have just sat here silent.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're Held Captive Media. We review movies, TV, streaming, whatever. And today we're reviewing the DCOM classic, Halloweentown. In 1998, Halloweentown was the fourth DCOM ever to be released on the Disney Channel, directed by Dwayne Dunham. The first installment in the Halloweentown series stars Kimberly J. Brown as Marnie. Well, at least for now, anyway. Marnie is the self-proclaimed weird bitch of her friend group, yet she's the only one not allowed to go trick-or-treating. She spends every Halloween wondering, why do I have such a boring, shitty mom? But much to her surprise, she finds out that she, her mother, and her grandmother Aggie are descendants of a very powerful witch family, the Cromwells, whom reside in the mystical dimension known as Halloweentown. Marnie tries to follow her grandma Aggie, played by Demi Reynolds, back to Halloweentown. Needless to say, antics ensue. Halloweentown is a treasure amongst millennials, and despite the fact that its hair and makeup and costuming look like they were put on by a high school drama department, it's considered a cult classic. So please come, take a ride in the taxi with Benny, and let's drive straight into Halloweentown. Okay. So this is one of those few Disney Channel things that I did see. Like, I was aware of it. I had seen it. I believe I watched it with my sister a few times. So, like, I knew what this was. And I usually don't know what we're talking about when it comes to Disney Channel stuff because, like I said, I spent most of my childhood watching anime. So, and
so
French
cool.
horror. Do you think that's cool?
Wow, I was watching French horror as a child. I'm superior.
You think it was cool? It fucked me up.
Okay.
All right. But I did see this, and I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it, Franny. When you hear the words Halloweentown and you watch this movie, what are the thoughts that flood to your mind?
No, this is like one of my favorite movies. I watched it every year. It's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a total classic.
Yeah.
People love this movie.
Just serotonin straight to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was for you too?
Yeah.
You love the movie?
I don't even know that I really, like, I watched this a couple of times growing up, but, like, the further removed I get from it, the more nostalgic I am for it. And again, it was more like my sister watched this a lot more, and, like, I would just be in the room. But it is, like, it's one of those things that as time goes on, I get more and more nostalgic for it. And it's
charming as fuck.
Yeah.
People always said I looked like Marnie, too.
You also
up,
have Marnie vibes, for sure.
I had bangs.
Oh, because she's weird.
And I'm fucking weird. So,
you're weird. You have bangs.
Yeah,
you're obsessed with ghouls and goblins and Halloween stuff.
She sees one hieroglyphic and she's like, that's like from the Book of the Dead. And it's like, sure.
I related because I wasn't allowed to go trick-or-treating till like 6th grade. So totally vibe with that.
Was it a Jesus thing or just
Absolutely Jesus was involved. Jesus is involved in a lot of childhood decisions for people, and it's a tough thing because let me tell you something. I totally related with Marnie at the beginning of this movie where she's like, I want to go out and trick or treat. Her mom's like, you can't. But I didn't relate for the same reason. But I totally felt that. Lacey, what's your connection with the movie? Because when I said we were going to do this, you were basically jumping up and down.
I love Halloweentown so much. Okay, I watched it as a kid. Every Halloween, I get so excited when I would see it like pop up on like the TV guide. You remember the magazines?
I do.
As a child, we had those magazines, and I would make sure.
Do you remember Smell-O-Vision?
No.
There was this thing in those magazines where for certain shows they would set up
the 40 experiences.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
Memory unlocked.
Bum,
Yes.
bum, bum. Yeah,
Sorry.
it came out of nowhere.
Wow.
Millennials, Gen Z. So that she was like,
She's a millennial.
she's like, I don't remember those, and it's
But
like,
yeah.
I remember hearing about them, but I never experienced them. I
It
think
was
I
a
missed
thing
it.
to behold.
Yeah.
But Halloweentown is great. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's really something. I kind of want to hear your guys' number ratings before I give mine for once. I want to know where it lands for you because everybody in this room, before we rate it, before you people on the internet have opinions on how we're rating it, we all love the movie. If we have criticisms of it, it's out of love. We totally appreciate the fact that it's like super low budget and a shitty TV movie. That's literally what's so appealing about it. So, Franny, what's your number score on Halloweentown?
10.
Just read she's like the fact that everybody just had like a Halloween mask for and like it's a normal human being everywhere else, but then an ogre for a head. 10.
10. 10 out of 10. I love this movie. Like we said, it's pure nostalgia for me. I watched it every year. It's awesome. It's a 10. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a great time.
So I also have a really great time with it. I think I'm gonna curb my enthusiasm a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7. Like, it is a great movie, and I'm always having a fun time watching it. But yeah, it is like there's a lot of things in there that it's like, oh, this looks like I was part of a particularly not great drama club, but I'm like, this looks like something that we would have put on.
Shout out to you guys. If you were in our drama club.
We know what it was.
For the record, my first drama club was really great. Not the point.
Yeah.
I can say as somebody who was part of that stage crew, we didn't give a fuck. So
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, you didn't even know what was happening most of the time. You were just there to hang out, which, by the way, most people were.
Somebody hit. Speaking of the stage crew, in one of the plays, like I was supposed to be running off stage. Somebody hit me with a wheelbarrow. That's how little of a fuck our stage crew gave. They had a wheelbarrow, which was supposed to come on the other side of the stage, and they hit me with it. Like, I came running and they shoved it forward.
Anyway, enough about your wheelbarrow stories. For me, the movie is a nostalgic 8. And here's the thing is like these movies, they harken back to a different time in my life. I totally am aware of that. But it also did set up a pretty successful franchise for Disney. Like, it clearly absolutely worked. Now, I'm going to get into some stuff that people don't know about Halloweentown in the spoiler section, but I'm just want to preface by saying I preferred the ending they didn't shoot, and we'll get into that.
Oh, I heard about that. But I second that 8 out of 10. I thought it might go higher, but I think maybe some of the other ones in the series might
I'll say
a little higher.
I mean, hot take. Oh, there's an emergency alert, everyone.
Oh, jeez. We'll probably cut this out.
I mean, we can just keep going.
Yeah, okay.
There's a child missing, guys. But there's nothing we can do about it. We're entertainers. Anyway.
That was scary.
Yeah, it was scary.
Happy Halloween.
What was I saying? What was I saying about any? Oh yeah,
she was saying that
the movies.
I gave it an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. I thought it might go higher, but I think some of the rest of the series might tip a little higher for me.
In my opinion, this isn't even in the top 2 for the Halloweentown movies. I think that the 2 that come after this one are actually more entertaining for probably
I think
not
as it goes on, it gets better until it goes down.
Yeah.
until
what I'm saying is I love the one where they go off to college. No.
Yeah, totally.
Stop that blasphemy.
We'll cover it eventually, but let's just go ahead. We'll take a break. We'll jump straight into the spoilers for Halloweentown, dig into all the nitty-gritty of the Cromwell family. We'll be right back. Welcome back, kids, to our Halloweentown review. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying spoilers for Halloweentown. I knew Calabar was a bad guy right away, even when I was a little shitlin. That dude has creepy energy. Anybody who when not even asked for to do it, just walks up to children, does close-up magic, run away. Calabar is probably the reason for that alert we got.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It's not good. No. Calabar, super creepy. What's some of your favorite moments from the movie, guys? Like, what's something you guys want to talk about with it?
Talking about Calabar, I do love the scene where, like, he's totally trying to hit on the mom, and the kids are like, "What's happening?" And it's like he's trying to get it in.
He's trying to get at your mom.
Yeah,
right? Trying to get at sweet Miss Cromwell over here.
And then when they're like, "You guys used to date," it's like, Sure. Yeah.
Marnie, haven't you noticed you look different than your brother? No, just kidding.
Don't you think
God.
it's strange that you're the most powerful of the wizards?
the wizards.
Of
The most-
Waverly Place.
The
Yeah,
most
yeah.
powerful of the wizards.
Man.
What's the name of old goblin boy? What's his name? Is it like Billy or something?
I just remember them being like, he's a punk.
Is that supposed to be like suggested romance or no? Am I reading too much into
I
that?
thought it could be suggested.
Well, isn't it in the second movie?
They totally ignore that though. They're just like
Yeah.
homies in the second one, yeah.
yeah.
And she's
Oh,
like
fuck.
ready to fuck someone. I won't say who because it's spoilers for that movie, but there's a whole different boyfriend plot. Like literally the boyfriend of the second plot is like a main element of that movie.
Well, but
And it's not him.
So in the end of this movie, he's like, I could never even get a date with somebody like you. And then it's
And
like,
she was like, you're
it's
right,
like-
because she
yeah.
never went out with him.
But it's also like, you didn't know her
cool.
before. Don't pretend like that was the reason you were being evil. Like, yeah, you wanted to be a hot boy, but like,
But that is though, because he wanted to go on dates with hot girls, and then
Yeah.
they were like, "But you're being a dick," and he's like, "Well, darn it." That's the plot.
my
That's what
beautiful
happens.
face can't distract from my shit personality.
But he actually had a great personality, and a
Same.
shit face.
Yeah.
Anyway, Franny, what's some of your favorite stuff from Halloweentown?
Yeah, well, I'm not as fresh on it, but I have watched it a million times. But my favorite scene, and it always kind of scared me as a kid too, because I was a little wimp, was like the Benny scene, like when they're like
When
driving-
Benny
Wait,
like
Benny scared
Benny kinda
you?
scared me.
No.
Okay, so at
Benny,
the
sweet
beginning,
boy.
When
Benny
Ben-
is sweet.
when Benny goes rogue. You mean when Benny's like, "Get the
Or
fuck
you
out of
just
my
mean
car,
Yes.
you little cunts!" Like when he does that.
Like
As a child,
in
that
general,
scared me
he was-
too.
Yeah,
Dude, no,
especially
like she's not even
towards
talking
the
about like when he goes evil. She's just talking about like she's like Benny freaked me the fuck out. You know?
end. Yeah.
She is weird about skeleton. Whenever I tell her she's a skeleton in her
I
body,
don't like
it
that
oogs her
shit.
out really bad.
Yeah, that's gross.
So
Freaked out by hearing there's a skeleton in your body.
Yeah, no, nasty stuff.
Bunch of organs too.
Gross.
or
Get out of here.
spoopy skeleton decor isn't spooping you.
Scary
No,
skeleton.
they're fine. They're
Okay.
cute.
Okay.
They are cute.
But I don't know. Benny
thought
kind of
Benny
freaked
was
me
cute.
out. Benny kind of freaked me out, especially later when he gets scary.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Dude, yeah, no, that was free.
Yeah.
Like that, like especially
Maybe
like
I'm
because
conf-
they were moving his face bits so much
Yeah.
more. Is like,
Right.
I love the movie theater scene when
Yeah.
when they walk in and Calabar's in front of the screen and like everybody's like frozen solid. Like it's kind of campy,
Yeah.
but it's the Darth Vader moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the introduction of the villain, the final, like the first time where you're getting a tangible antagonist
also,
in the movie.
what joke was he hearing at all points in time?
Maybe he was just enjoying being evil. Maybe you should like.
I
lay
love
off.
that for him.
Yeah, dude, don't be such a.
I say,
fucking
don't
asshole.
yuck anybody's yum. Let
Yeah.
people be evil.
Yeah, dude. So what? His face looks like how Debbie Reynolds' face looks now. Who I mean, well, actually, probably more accurate than because she's dead now. But I just mean, his face looked crazy. Sure, the masks and the costuming was insane in this movie. Absolutely batshit crazy, but it made it so much more fun. Like so much more fun.
I just love every time I see like a person with like a huge head, giant hands, and then just a normal person body. Like they couldn't be bothered to buy like an extra large size shirt or something and stuff it with anything.
Nope.
They were just like, nope, normal human being everywhere else, ginormous hands and head. And it's just
If
like
they even did the
mwah.
hands, a lot of times it was
Yeah.
just like the head had changed and the rest of the person was just, still normal person.
It's just
Yeah.
like who's the lady in Cats where you could see her wedding ring and her human hands.
Oh god.
So like the little brother sucks, right? Like we all agree.
Yeah,
he's
like-
a fucking narc. I'm sick of him. He sucks.
He wears a Blue Lives Matter
He's
shirt.
got aggressive
Definitely.
middle child like.
Whoa,
shit.
like let's
No,
pump the
I'm
brakes on
sorry,
that.
dude. Listen, he is the stereotype.
Yeah.
You're the outlier,
Thanks.
maybe. But like seriously, like him being like trick or treating or blah blah blah. I'd
like,
rather
why's
take
he
it.
gotta suck his mom's ass?
I
so
know, dude. He
hard?
literally
Like,
just
calm
like
down.
he's inside of her butt, and it's so much. And he says things like, "I'd rather have a nature documentary," and I'm like, "I'd rather fucking hate you." Like I don't know how else to feel about it. Like especially when I was a kid. Like as I'm older now, I'm like, some kids are annoying.
Yeah.
Some are cool. I'm very aware of that. But when I was another kid, I was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's what his character is, to be like an annoying, naggy brother.
Exactly.
So Disney, what they did was they're like, all right, let's make it a lonely, weird girl. All right, fair enough. You've just pulled in 90% of the little girls watching the Disney Channel. Because
Annoying
everybody,
little brother.
they all feel, weird and alone. You throw in the dead parent aspect. A lot of kids can probably relate to that with only having one parent, shout out. So it almost feels like they perfectly wrote these characters to be as relatable as possible. And it actually kind of works.
Yeah.
Like the Sophie character is sort of whatever she needs to be for that scene.
She fucking cut me up so many of the times where she's just
Yeah,
like doing ridiculous shit.
She's a master martial artist now, right?
Yeah?
She's a
Really?
she's a 3-time black belt, third degree black belt world champion.
Dope.
So she's like, she teaches at her own dojo. That's her thing now.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
And, at this point in the movie, I knew that while rewatching it, and there was a part of me that could see that, where I'm just like, yeah, she wants to punch Benny in the face right fucking now. Because
Fuck off me, Benny.
I don't know, she was one of the best parts for sure.
Yeah.
And, like, I do love that scene where she wants a cookie and the cookie starts flying toward her.
I really want a cookie.
And then starts flying toward her and the mom grabs it. And then Debbie Reynolds' character, Agatha, walks in with the best mic drop ever. Like, good thing she doesn't like liver. Now, if I would have wrote this, I would have, like, written cock or something horrible. But that was really funny.
Yeah.
That was super duper
that was
funny.
pretty good.
Like, to say liver and then just to see her pissed off face as she's munching down on this cookie. I'm like, this movie's smart as hell. Like, it's super funny.
Also, Debbie Reynolds has the best grandma energy
sure.
out of anybody. She just comes in
She's
with
the Bette
a
Midler of the
giant
cast.
Yeah.
You know what I
tote
mean?
of candy. This magical Mary Poppins bag she has. Just let me pull out all these like random stuff. I love it.
But she is overstepping her boundaries, though. When she's like, promise me you won't tell my kids. And she's like, oh, I won't. And then she makes a book.
Yeah.
And then she's about to tell them anyway.
But also, what a fucked up thing for the mom to do, to be like,
Listen,
hide this
I
whole
know.
part of their
I
life.
know.
I know, but if that's the parents' wish,
but that's fucked up.
It is
like,
fucked up.
If you have magical powers
Listen,
and you're
That's
like,
true.
I'm
Listen.
going
They
to
definitely have rights
literally
now.
take this choice from you.
I'm going to go with both parties are a little wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
There definitely should have been more effort into, like, first of all, maybe Grandma Aggie, since she's an eternally living witch, should spend a year in the human world, so she
help
can
out her kid and her grandkids.
help out her kid with their single parenting, spend some time with them, and then have the conversation like, hey, listen, I spent a year here. I've shown them that they can do this life and it can be just as fun as our magical life, but they deserve to fucking know. But instead, Agatha's like, I got an hour on Halloween. I'll go over there. I'll pop in. I'll steal some kids.
Yeah. But she didn't,
That's shocking. That is shocking.
she didn't mean to steal
No, she did. That whole thing was her trying to tell Marnie, like, this shit's real.
She was trying to get her daughter to at least train her. I think that
No. I don't think so.
I
think
agree
that,
with Zane.
Yeah.
Dude, she made this book.
because as soon as they get to her house, she's like, fuck no, like, we got to get you guys home.
No, that's true.
And then,
That's
like,
true. But
then they convince her to let them stay, but then she doesn't really put up a fight. So it's like,
But you
she's-
cannot blame Marnie and the kids for following when she essentially gives them everything they need to know without saying it. Like, you're a witch without saying, tell me you're a witch without telling me you're a witch. I don't know, put you in a giant picture book with like 6 words in it where it's clearly you inside the fucking book, and then get up suddenly, mysteriously, and only come once a year. Like, I would instantly think that something fucked up was going on as a child. So I'm just saying. Grandma Aggie, she's a little questionable in her decisions. Also, leaving those kids alone to run in that movie theater. Another problematic thing. She put them in danger. And then they had to fend for themselves, and then they fucking harassed some fat ghost, and a bunch of other antics ensued.
That was super fun though. Like
It was
them
fun.
gathering
Fun.
all the ingredients, the werewolf
But, like,
hairdresser.
replace Halloweentown with Detroit.
but I
They're
think
just
that's-
running around Detroit by themselves, accomplishing tasks. I don't know if that sounds that great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not like that. It's
Parents send their kids on
Disney.
errands.
I
in
get it. I
cities.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And trust me, I have to just poke holes at what I see as funny for the sake of comedy. Obviously, the movie's great, but I just think that it's funny how kind of Grandma Aggie's sort of into what she's into, and that's about it.
One of my big complaints when the mom gets there and she's like, "We're going home." Like, what's stopping Marnie from literally just being like, "No," and walking the fuck away? Because at no point she's like, "You're going home and you're going to be grounded and you're never going to learn to be like, you're never going to learn to be magic." And it's like, okay, so either I walk away from my mom and learn to be magic, or I go home and I resent her for the rest of my life. It's like, she could have just walked away at any point in time. And
She's also a little girl who probably loves her mom.
but she's also talking about how she's like, "I'm 13. I'm basically an adult." Blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
Every kid talks shit like they're an adult till
Yeah.
adult shit happens.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm like, the
Don't
whole
forget
time,
that she ran to her mother in the movie, like when they were in the movie theater and they got
I'm
struck
not
down.
saying that I don't think that she loves her mom, but she knows that her mom is trying to take her ability to do magic away. It's like,
yeah, I'd be pretty pissed too.
I would be like, "Sorry, mom, that's super fucked up. I'm gonna go learn to do magic. We can reconcile this shit later, but I don't want to lose my powers."
Maybe this is all a commentary on like fundamental religion. Could be.
Say
Okay.
it without saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite scene, Lacey? Curious.
Like I said before, I think my favorite scenes is like when they're gathering the ingredients, like the hairdresser, the ghost. It was super goofy.
Did you
super
like
fun.
was it a werewolf hair
Yeah.
barber? I liked him.
Yeah.
That was
That was
and the
cute.
sweat from a ghost that
The-
just cracked me
The
up.
tooth of a vampire. Yeah.
oh no. And then it's just like Sharpied black.
I love.
Oh,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I was going to say. They never knew this movie would be seen in 4K.
No.
They
no.
never anticipated it. There's a whole lot of...
I love every bit of the CGI that's just a
Multiple-
picture cut out that goes, "Woo."
multiple cameras can be seen in multiple reflections.
No, I love that.
And you just know... The fourth... I mean, but it's the fourth Disney Channel original movie of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there were only 3 that came before it, and it's such a huge... It's like a monumental thing now. Like, it was like how now Netflix has original movies and Disney Plus and stuff. This was like the apex, the beginning of that for like children's content, and this is easily one of the most successful DCOMs of all time.
Yeah.
I also really liked how she had the instant witch's brew and like a special microwave for like different brew settings. I thought that was so funny.
Trouble.
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
That's something I enjoy more as an adult now. Like, oh, that was clever. Like, good on them.
Ah, that's what I get for using instant.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've heard your mamaw say shit exactly like that.
Now, what did you guys think of the ending as it was? Because I want to talk about the ending that could have been. So the ending with when they're fighting Calabar and they need to get the talisman inside of the jack-o'-lantern and all that blah, blah,
And
blah
then she gets
stuff.
blasted and then she drops it, but magic makes it land.
I like it. I like the whole thing having to be like in the pumpkin. Like, it's the whole like light of
It
the
draws
town.
the town together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was clever because they also bring the tie-in of like mortal see, mortal do. Kind of like, oh, hey, this is why they light the pumpkin because the pumpkin is what.
It has like this element where it almost has like, it has that mysticism to a much lower extent, but that kind of like Harry Potter has, where it's all like, it's about fated concepts and like what is meant to happen, as well as like the infusion of magic and soul and all that stuff. I like those elements in the movie. I think that they're really well done and they're cute. And when all the Cromwells stand together and they're like combining their power, I'm like, Guardians, I saw where you stole this from, motherfucker. I got your number, Chris Pratt. You stole this scene from Halloweentown in 1998. You motherfuck. Everyone knows.
They're
Anyway.
both owned by Disney. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. But I wanted the ending they were gonna make.
What was it?
So this ending didn't happen solely because of scheduling conflicts, But what the original idea was is that they were supposed to be a sacred forest, and it was a location that they had rented out. They were going to shoot at. And the idea was that Marnie had to go into the sacred forest and put the talisman inside of like this giant like statue. And what it would do is it would like purify the magic of the town. Like it would be like a sacrificial thing, because the only way to do it is a Cromwell has to bring the talisman through the woods, which would rapidly age them until death. So since she was the youngest person who still had like this magic power, she was going to be able to get through the woods without dying, essentially. And they had made prosthetics to go over her face to subtly age her as she went through the woods and deal with these like forested creatures.
I've seen where she's talked about how she still has like the mold and stuff on like social media.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. That's insane. That's such a different movie.
That's so metal.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Because at the time, they didn't have this ending where they all ganged up together and took him down. It was like, the only Cromwell witch left who can do this is Marnie. This is her moment. She is the special person. She's always thought she's insignificant. And now it's built up to this moment where she's the only one who can save not only her friends, her family, not even just Halloweentown, everywhere.
Wow.
That's so... Like, I don't have a way of describing that other than just metal.
Isn't that fucking metal as shit?
But I feel like if they would have done that, like the whole franchise would have been so much different.
Well, they did not know that it was going to be
the idea is that because she was pure heart or whatever, that the aging would have been reversed. So she still would have been a normal aged witch at the end of it.
But that's so hardcore. I love that. Like, that would have been... And they just like it was a scheduling.
It was a
thing
scheduling conflict with the shooting. The shooting was taking longer than they anticipated, and so they had to spend days where they were going to shoot in this forest, shooting on the set that they had, and because of that, and not to mention the amount of time it took for the prosthetics to be put on because they had to essentially they didn't have the CG capability, so they were going to have to gradually apply it between cuts.
That's a lot of work, man.
But it would have been cool as fuck.
Could have been cool. I still like the iconic pumpkin.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with the ending. It's great. It's a great ending. I love it.
It would have been cool to have like even like a deleted scene almost kind of thing with that.
Or they could have just reused it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have used that ending for something else.
Another movie.
There's plenty.
Or like at the end of the franchise.
Yeah, make it something cool like that, you know?
They messed up the franchise, though.
Yeah.
We'll get to that eventually one day. It's so sad.
We're not going to have to watch that one, are we?
We're going to watch all of them.
No,
Let's make this an annual thing. Next year we'll do Halloweentown 2.
Heck yeah.
Then after that, Halloweentown High, and then after
Heck
that,
yeah.
Return to Halloweentown.
Yeah, 4 years from now, people won't even watch. So yeah, it'll be fine.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said 4 years from now, people will have stopped watching. It's fine. No.
Are you kidding?
I thought you were gonna say 4 years from now, people will have started watching. That's what I thought you said.
I mean, maybe it'll be one or the other. Either
I
we'll
thought you
get
were
popular
saying like
or
4 years from now, people wouldn't watch Halloweentown. I'm like, are you kidding?
They're gonna watch
watching it now.
Halloweentown until we're all on the
Like,
ground.
Yeah.
It literally came out the year I was born, like, and people are still watching it.
Yeah, for sure. You watched it as a kid, and it didn't even come out.
Exactly.
It came out when you were born. It's not like it was a new movie when you were a
No.
kid. It was already on like its 10th year, I'm sure, by the time you were into it.
For sure.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is.
Fucking nuts, man. All right, well, I'd say we should, unless there's something else, something people wanted to add. Is there anything else they wanted to talk about? I just think that it's one of those things where you should go experience it, go jump on Disney Plus. If Disney Channel still exists, I know it doesn't exist in every country, but if it exists in yours, watch it on TV. I know it's on TV right now. There's no way there isn't some sort of marathon going on. So, guys, Halloweentown is great. We appreciate it, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And guys, I think we're just going to talk about, because it's such a colorful cast of characters, who we think we are in this and who we think each other are, because that's never frustrating and always super funny for everyone. Who wants to go first?
I don't want to go first.
It's always, if I go first, because mine are the most obscure, I don't want to accidentally take one of your guys's, because I can, you know.
Okay, I've got this. So, I'm Luke. Because...
Bold. Bold.
Yeah, it is what it is. You're Benny. Logan is Benny. I realize that in the shot, I'm just pointing off screen. Whatever. Theater of the mind. I feel like you're Sophie because
That's what I
do-
was gonna say.
You do random shit that is just like
Marnie,
it's so
bitch.
bait. No, Lacey's Marnie.
Oh, I don't know though, because I could also see you as Marnie for the other reasons, but also
Yeah, but that's
But
true.
you're also you
That's
do
true.
the craziest shit.
I am a wild card.
Yeah, it's the same reason why in was it SLC Punk you were the German dude?
Mark.
Like, yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
You just do weird shit and I never know where it's gonna go. So that's why you're Sophie and Lacey's definitely Marnie.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I feel like every adolescent girl when they were watching this movie saw themselves in Marnie. That's why you want to be Marnie. That's why Lacey would want to be Marnie. But I feel
We all
like
wanted to be
I feel
Marnie.
like Lacey with like her childhood and everything very
See,
much fits into that Marnie.
I'm just gonna come out and
of,
say
like,
it. I'm not gonna say Lacey's Marnie, and I hope she's not offended by who I,
I
say
think
she
I know
is.
who you're gonna say who I am. I kind of feel it. I kind of feel it myself. Am I the mom character?
I wasn't gonna say the mom
Really?
character.
Okay.
Is that who you would cast
That's
yourself
funny.
as?
But
I would want to be Marnie, but I could also see myself as being the mom. Like these kids, like what the heck, having to track them down.
See, I think of you as a less frustrating version of the brother. And let me tell you why.
Oh yeah, okay, I can see that too.
Because Will,
No, I get it.
you don't even need me to explain.
She's
You're like,
smarter than the rest of us.
I know.
No, you can definitely explain for the audience, but
Well,
yes,
so-
also yes.
So Zane and I are like walking turds, right? And
Yeah.
we just do things we shouldn't do. We have ideas that we should not try to complete. And there's really only one voice of reason, and it's not Franny.
Definitely not me.
So I would say you're definitely the younger brother. What's his name again? Isn't it like Joey or something? Or maybe that's the actor's name. Hold on, I'll figure it out. Yeah, the actor's name is Joey, but the character's name is Dylan.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely Dylan for sure. I would say for me, if I don't watch it, I might be the ghost. But if I'm not more careful, I don't know. That's tough. I guess I would go with Benny also. You know?
Yeah. I feel like you've got such charismatic let's go. Okay.
But also, like, I would frighten small children.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you're always with the one-liners though. I was kind of thinking
Yeah.
Benny too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I would be the most fun cab if people survive.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think I should.
With all that driver's license you don't have.
With all that driving anxiety, I definitely don't have. Yeah, no, and also, the jokes are there, like the scaring of small children. There's a lot to say, so I'd say yeah, Benny's for sure. Franny, I actually do consider you more of a Marnie. Like when you sit there and analyze it, just based on like your interests.
Thank you.
But like, I do have to mention that you're more of like Halloweentown High Marnie, where like you're making pretty insane choices sometimes. Ones that concern your friends around you, but you're still there. Now Zane,
That's fair.
Okay.
this one's tough.
Don't
Because
hit me with Calabar.
no, you're not Calabar. This was a different movie. I feel like I'd have a way meaner one, but no, not Calabar. I don't know. I think that there's some elements of Grandma Aggie with you, and
I'll take that.
and it's because you're so like you get so hyped on something that you're passionate about that nothing anybody else says matters at all. You don't take anyone else into consideration. You're completely self-serving in that way and entirely selfish in that way.
So only the best parts of her.
Yes. Shout out to
She's
Debbie.
fun.
Franny, did you have any altering choices? Any ones that you think we got wrong?
No, I mean, I think we nailed it. I would say you as Benny.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Grandma Aggie thing's funny for Zane.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. But
Well,
I don't
Lacey,
know
how do
that
you
means.
see me?
I don't really know.
She's like, I don't really know you. Can you please stop talking to me?
It's like, I don't know, maybe the dentist. Like,
No, not the dentist.
hey man, that dentist just does his job.
He
you know?
just went like, no Novocaine, no anything. He just,
Don't you feel better now? And he's like in this terrible face and
Yeah.
makeup. Yeah.
No, I feel like I can see the choices that were already made for you.
yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like we nailed it. So Benny, Grandma Aggie, somewhere of a meld between
Sophie
and Marnie, and then somewhere between
Marnie and the mom and
Marnie,
the
Marnie and
brother.
Dylan. I don't
Yeah.
see the mom because I feel like even though you keep us on the straight and narrow, you never hide the truth from any of us.
Yeah.
And that's her main
Yeah.
character trait.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Is that she's a sneaky little liar. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to our review of Halloweentown. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment. Leave a comment of the best memories you have where you sat around with your friends or family and dug on this DCOM. Talk about your favorite memories involving this movie and this franchise, and how you feel about the rest of the movies as well, because I know that people very much vary on the sequels. There's a fan base out there that only likes the original movie and thinks the rest are shite, which is shocking to me. Make sure to follow Zane on Twitch. Eventually, he'll probably not do something. And then we got Franny over here. You can actually just watch this channel for her, and occasionally she'll post a meme on our Twitter, so there's that as well. And for me, you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Logan Tyler, where I have a political podcast I do with paraplegic and political activist Jessica Van Hook. And I also have a Dragon Ball recap podcast on there as well. So shout out to the family. Thank you, producer Lacey. Thank you, everyone. Kazoom tight. God bless. And peace out.
That's the way we end it.